What's up, everybody? It's Alan the Kraken, and today this video is strictly for TCG distributors in the United States. If anybody else is watching this video, you are more than welcome to stay and watch, but this is going to be directed at them and only them. Alright, so today we are going to compare apples and oranges. We're going to compare Metazoo and Flesh and Blood. Now, if I am trying to gauge a market and determine if there's going to be organic growth in a market, especially for a TCG, the first thing I'm going to want to do is see, like, hey, how many decks are being built? How many people are playing the game? How many people are loyal? And let's take a look. So if we go to Google and you just type in the keywords Metazoo Deck Builder, you're going to go on here and you're going to find out that there is no way to build a deck, which means that there is no way for new customers who are at an LGS to find a way, a fast way to build a deck, especially for people who work 9-to-5 jobs who just want to come in on a Friday or the weekend and play some games and have fun with their friends. They have no resource in order to build decks. So let's look at like this Reddit, right? Because Reddit usually has some sort of information regarding like, hey, how do I build decks for Metazoo? Deck building and deck list research. This is Metazoo Games Reddit. Hello, completely new to Metazoo, but was intrigued by Nightfall as I had a good spooky set. As I love me a good spooky set, immediately drawn to building a deck with things like the Headless Horseman and Grim Reaper. However, I can't find much in the way of deck list or discussions on brewing. And this was 7 months ago, and there is no resource. So let's go back to Google. Let's change the keyword to Metazoo Deck List, because maybe it's under a different keyword. There is not. There is release decks, introduction to the most competitive decks, but that was written in August of 2021. It is now June 22nd of 2022. There's some YouTube channels on some deck tech, but there's not really any like database to like sink your teeth into to determine actual player demand. Caster Cave, custom build decks. Let's see. Nope. In fact, these were written back in January 28th of 2022, so that's like 5 months old. So those are outdated. Where do you find deck lists? This was asked on October 8th of 2021. As the title says, I'm very curious about finding deck lists and ideas specifically for Mothman and Hopkinsville Goblin King. Any help is appreciated. Metazoo Notepad for lists, nostalgia collectible investments, basically YouTubers and stuff like that. Only a few YouTube channels and a Discord server are the only place you can find some deck list strategy talk. This was 8 months ago. So there isn't any resource for you to find and build decks. Let's take a look at like Metazoo. Was it Metazoo Notepad? Is that what that said? Notepad. No. There is not anything called a Metazoo Notepad unless that is like... Unless that's like a weird thing. I don't know. But there is no resource for your LGSs that you serve to send to their players who are new to the game to be like, hey, you can get ready for Friday's tournament. Just go to this website and download this deck list and bring it to me, and then I'll find some cards out of my stock and build your deck. You can't do that. Now, since we're comparing apples to oranges, let's take a look at Flesh and Blood. Flesh and Blood deck builder, same keywords. First thing that pops up is fabdb.net. If Here you can search for cards, but if you click on the hamburger icon at the top, you can click decks, and then you click browse. This is going to bring you to the decks. A few seconds ago, Dromai was created. Islander CC, 2 minutes ago. Islander, 13 minutes ago, an hour ago. People are building decks as we speak for Constructed. Now, let's say that I am that customer who works 9 to 5, very busy, just want to get a deck list so I can play in this weekend's tournament, and I want to spend my money on your singles. I'll just bring a deck list to you. You get the deck ready for me, and I'll pick it up on Friday so I can play on Friday or Saturday or whenever your Flesh and Blood tournaments are for your LGSs. So here you can select your hero, your favorite hero. You're going to click on Constructed because that's one of the most popular formats, even though Blitz is taking off and is gaining more popularity. Because we want to win, we're going to click Competitive for the most recent decks. However, if you click on Tournament, you're going to see deck list from a month ago, which is the previous tournament deck lists that have been uploaded to the site. And then you have some meme decks, janky, fun, and casual, which is really awesome. So we're going to click on Competitive, and then we're going to click on Newest, and we'll click Search. Here you have Phi CC, which is by Anonymous an hour ago. What you need to know about this is Uprising is about to be released or has been released. So a lot of people are building Uprising decks right now. An hour ago, As If This Will, 4 hours ago, Draconic Go, Dromai V1, Sriracha Boy, 5 hours ago, Dorinthia, Dromai, CC Dromai, Vexvis, Bolton, Fabrid, Dromai Table, 8 hours ago for Netflix and Chill. That's hilarious. Testify, Viserai, or Faye, I don't know. Oldham, Dory, Dorinthia, Old Him, Dromai, TCG Talk Faye, Briar, Asmec, Viserai, Post Uprising, so Briar Uprising and everything else in between. So you can see there's at least a couple decks built almost every hour. Here you go into the next day, a day ago, a day ago, a day ago, a day ago, a day ago. Red Hot, you got Theory, Oldham, let's see, probably Jamaica's, Islander, CC, Life Gain, Dromai, The Spice. And it just keeps going, okay? So you're going to have lots of options with different heroes for your LGS's customers to pick from. And Flesh and Blood can offer that. That's what Flesh and Blood's community offers. And that Flesh and Blood is played. Now, you may think to yourself, so what? Metazoo isn't a player's game. It is a collector's game, or it is a investor's game. Okay, fair enough. But so is Pokemon. Now, let's go back. And if you're going to use that argument, let's look up Pokemon deck builder. Same keywords. We're using same keywords. Pokemon deck builder. PokemonCard.io. First result. Do you know why? Because even Pokemon, one of the largest, if not the largest, trading card game in the world, knows that the engine for a TCG is players, collectors, and investors. You cannot exclude one. You have to have all three for the long game. And I know that all of you distributors have heard this before. It is the TCG triangle. It is the TCG engine. Players, collectors, and investors. You have to cater to all three as a TCG. So, let's just, in theory, let's entertain the idea that Metazoo doesn't need to be a played game. Okay? Let's just hypothetically, if Metazoo isn't a played game, then that means that you are the distributor who is going to be selling to LGSs and online retailers. And those LGSs and online retailers are going to sell to scalpers. For maybe like some of them are real investors, but for I'm going to call them scalpers. So you're going to put scalpers into business, and then what they're going to do is become competition for you and competition for your LGSs that you serve. Do you think that's a good idea for your business? Is to pay Peter to rob Paul, whatever that saying is? I don't think so. So why are you enabling Metazoo? That's my question to you. Please leave a comment because I really want to know what the distributor's thought process is on this. Maybe you guys don't know this issue. And maybe that's because Mike Waddell and the Metazoo team constantly censors anybody who has constructive criticism about Metazoo. And I mean constructive because a lot of us gave them a second and third and fourth chance. If you don't believe me, you can ask the dude on Reddit who said that when he went to the Casters Cup, all of the players seemed very new and didn't know what they were doing. Do you know why that was? It was because a lot of them were from Magic the Gathering competitive scenes or teams who were just trying to snipe up an easy prize pool so they could just sell it. I will say that there is probably a percentage of Metazoo players that actually love the game and enjoy the game, but it is a very low percentage because from what that tweet said, roughly was that all of the people were new to the game, nobody knew how to play, and there was a lot of issues. That gentleman who went to go play was actually, I think he was banned. So I think he was banned like mid-tournament or something for his tweet. So he was ineligible for the prize pool, which means that Metazoo will ban people so that they don't have to pay out winners they don't want. So you can do with that information what you will. You can also ask Kodak. He is a YouTuber. You can ask the Confusing Words. She's a YouTuber. You can ask the Cryptid TCG, who is doing a series, an expose on Metazoo as we speak. He just posted a video, I believe, 2 days ago. It has 1.7 thousand views on the issues that Metazoo has and that are going to be brought to light. Just read the comments of that video and you will see a lot of the Metazoo gaslighting. You'll see a lot of Metazoo bots. You'll see a lot of fake accounts that are just bashing either this guy. You'll also see King Pokemon, the famous Pokemon collector who sold the Charizard to Logan Paul. I mean, that's all really, really cool. I really respect King Pokemon as a human being, but I mean, he's partnering with Chum-Li. Now, Chum-Li, I believe, has had a criminal past, so I don't know how that's going to help Metazoo's image, being on Pawn Stars and having that criminal history. And that's like widely publicly known, so I don't know what they're thinking there. I do know that Chumley really does know his collectibles, at least its values and their markets, but I don't think he knows past that segment. I think Chumley is just an investor. But, you know, I don't know, so I'll get off of that. It's become a thing in this industry, and it needs to be stopped. So this is my open letter to you for you guys and gals to decide what you want to do as distributors. And this is all just a theory. Oh, TCG theory. Thanks for watching. But no, in all seriousness, thanks for stopping by. Remember to have fun. You all have a wonderful day. And remember to think about the long term of your LGSs and your channels. Think about the long term of how are you going to keep your channels alive in the next 2 years or year in this recession. Think about that. Are you going to create more competition, or are you going to focus on organic growth? I feel like, and I strongly believe, that organic growth is the way. Again, thanks for watching. Remember to have fun. You all have a wonderful day. Thank you for listening to my presentation. And peace.